Hi, this is Sid Grosvenor of www.chapalaclub.com with 7 practical tips for bringing pets to Lake Chapala, Ajijic, Mexico by car. Number 1, see the article at www.chapalaclub.com under the travel heading to find out the legal requirements for bringing your pets in. Number 2, pack your pet's favorite chew, toy, or other article that give them a comfort level so they can stay calm and happy and have something they're familiar with while you travel. Number 3, if your pet's not familiar with riding in a car, to practice by taking a day trip somewhere, an all-day trip, to get them used to the idea of riding all day in the car. And that way they're less fearful when you do make the trip here. Also, tip number 4, practice potty breaks while the dogs are on a leash. Well, your dog may not need a leash, it may not run off, but it's best to have total control, especially if you're stopped out in the middle of the Mexican desert somewhere and your furry friend sees a critter in the desert and he wants to chase it, or if he wants to challenge a big semi-truck whizzing by on the highway. It's best to have total control of your friend. Okay, number 5, a good idea is to go a little light on the feeding as you travel, because you in the hopes of preventing car sickness. Number 6, pet-friendly hotels. Well, I know that they exist from place to place, but I don't know exactly which ones there are. So what I've always done is follow the following rule. The following rule is, don't ask, don't tell. That's the rule. In Mexico, park your car off to one side of the hotel office, and then one person go inside while the other person stays outside to keep the pets quiet. Then ask the clerk for a room towards the back of the hotel. You can always say something like, well, we want to stay away from the road noise. And of course, this will also be out of sight of the office, so he's unlikely to notice when you slip your pets out of the car and into the room. But if you ask the clerk, you see he'll probably say no, because he probably doesn't know what the boss's rule is on this, and he doesn't want to get into trouble, so he'll probably say no. Well, if he does happen to see you, he's very unlikely to mention it to you, because the Mexican people are very non-confrontational. Well, it's best to play innocent. So, as I mentioned, I brought in a number of dogs helping clients, and sometimes they wanted their pets in the room, and that's fine, and sometimes they wanted them left in the car. That's fine too. Of course, if you leave them in the car, it's wonderful protection for whatever you have stored in the car, but leave them some ventilation, and be sure and feed and water and exercise them each evening before you put them away for the evening. And even if you bring them into the hotel room and they have an accident, it's not the end of the world, because most of the time the floors are tile, and there's little or no damage to the tile floor. Well, this has been Sid Grosvenor, your LakeChapalaClub.com, that's ChapalaClub.com, with another in a series of practical, helpful videos about living, working, and playing in beautiful Lake Chapala, Mexico. Looking after you. Que la vaya bien.